Now let's talk about risks before we get into the numbers. What do you think is the risks in the current venture? What could make it fail? You know.
Yeah, like when things like this come out, you really have like this time gap, right? It's you have 24 to 36 months to establish yourself as the biggest player in the market.
How
Uh,
much time window you have? You said
like like I think within 24 to
24. Okay.
36 months, you
Uh,
don't have that much time.
mm.
That's when the winners start exposing themselves, right? It's like they've just got moved so far ahead that you're like, oof, like you don't even see, it's just gone. It's like the risk of any other venture business. It's like, are you, there's room for multiple players, and are you going to be like one of the top players in this space, right? So that's the core like risk of doing this. And and I think we're in a really good spot to build an incredible business. Like this is like um obvious. Like that's obvious that like that's this could always be a business that makes a lot of money, right? But what we're really interested in is like to become like the main player in the space, right? And so we're I think we have like a huge like leadway on that, and then we're really just like backtracking to make sure that we're filling all the gaps. We're still the smartest, we're making sure that we're not like being blinded by like little early success, right? I think most of the risk is like actually internal than external, right? At this point for us, it's like making sure everyone stays incredibly hungry, like and just doesn't look back and just looks forward and goes at 100 miles an hour, right? So I think that's the core thing. Otherwise, the business has proven that like the metrics work, right? As you build a business, you're de-risking it differently at different stages, right? And so we've de-risked some of the stuff that we've de-risked today, stuff that people would de-risk at Series A, for example, right? So this level of traction that we're seeing is really early on, so that means people want it. So that risk is on, right? So as you kind of grow the company, is like, are you building on the right culture? Culture's a risk, right? Are you able to scale the company, right? Are you able to like attract like the VCs that you want, right? So all of these are like risks that come along the way. But yeah, it just depends on what timeline you look at it. But yeah, that's kind of what we're looking at.
Right. So I think compared to a couple months ago, like at that time, it's still fuzzy. Like at this time, I actually see a lot of risks, in my opinion, got de-risked. Like I think the risk profile is a lot less than when I first put money with you guys like a couple months ago. I think you've proven the model, you've proven the ARR, you've proven the scaling, like and you've proven the product essentially. So
Yeah,
and the fact that you guys can execute really well, tracking to your vision. So I think so for me at this point, like it has de-risked a lot. But again, like just for the audience out there, like it's a startup investing, so the chance of losing money, like all of it is still there. So
yeah. There's risk in business like
right,
altogether, right?
right,
But the opportunity is like do you and I always do this, right? To me, I view risk as like the counterparty of risk is like you have the right people to manage risk, right? And the right people will always find ways to de-risk the business and make it stronger, and that's what we focus on. Like we focus a lot of the risk, but like at some point, you can't solve every problem in the business. Like you have to have other people to solve it, right? So the best way to de-risk it is to actually go back to the core of like finding the right people that can de-risk it for you.
right.